die vlootafdeling. En die PBI wil graag versoek dat hierdie item moet terugverwys word voor die afskrywing, wat die verslag moet kon dien weer voor die tagtekomitee en die raad. Baie dankie.
Thank you, Speaker. The PPI requests that this matter be thoroughly investigated, the Fleet Department, and we do request that this item be referred back and then this item go and serve back in the Section 80 committee that is to do with this item. Thank you.
Thank you. The next to speak on the item is the Freedom Front Plus. You have 2 minutes.
Dankie Speaker, die Vryheidsfront het kennis geneem van hierdie verslag. En ja, daar is 'n paar vreemde opmerkings, soos my kollegas voor my, en ek gaan nou nie alles herhaal wat hulle verbatim gesê het nie. Maar ons sentiment is ook dieselfde. Ons vind dit baie vreemd dat olie moet afgeskryf word. Ek meen, olie kan jy op soveel plekke gebruik. Waarom olie afskryf? Die tekort aan brandstof dui op brandstof wat nie van rekenskap kan gegee word nie. Ons is bly dat dit ondersoek word, maar ons wil ook versoek dat die hele vlootbestuur moet ondersoek word. Ons het rede om te glo dat daar nie veel of genoegsame beheer is oor die vlootvoertuie van die munisipaliteit, waar hulle ry, waarheen hulle gaan en ook die brandstof monitoring per voertuig. So ons wil graag sien dat dit ingesluit word by hierdie ondersoek. Ten opsigte van die diesel, almal weet van die tank diesel daar naby die brandweer wat paar duisende liters wat daar staan en wat gekontamineer is. En ons wil ook graag meer duidelikheid in die toekoms daaroor wil hê. Dankie Speaker.
Translation, please.
Thank you, Speaker. We do take note of the report that is actually in front of us. We do share the same sentiments as the previous colleagues have already alluded in this council today. There are some strange concerns that we note in this report. For example, we find it very strange for fuel to be written off. Hence, we request that there be a full investigation in this fleet department, because it seems like there is no proper management that is actually taking place in that department. Management of cars as for where they go and where they work. So we request that there also be a full investigation. And we all know about the diesel we all know about the diesel that was standing there, and then we also want full explanation when it comes to that as well. So in that report, we request that investigation to be done as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next to speak on this item is the Good Party. You have 2 minutes.
Speaker, eerstens wil ek net saamstem met my kollegas wat my vorige kollegas wat gepraat het op hierdie item. Ons as goed het al voorheen gepraat oor die afskryf van die groot bedrae soos die R700,000 diesel. Nou weer R200,000 vir diesel of vir fuel. Ons is ook bewus van 'n R20,000 liter tank diesel wat daar staan vir meer as 'n jaar en wat nie gebruik kan word nie. Daar word ook gebruik gemaak van die bank wat petrolkaarte aan die amptenare gegee het en ons moet betaal vir dit. Dis is ekstra geld wat ons dan moet betaal. As persone wat daar in vloot werk nie vloot kan hanteer nie, dan moet hulle vervang word, want ons verloor te veel geld by vloot. Die karre wat by tate gestaan het, wat niks kon gedoen moet weer nie, en vele ander meer. So ons as goed vra dat 'n intensiewe ondersoek gedoen word in die hele afdeling vloot. Baie dankie, Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Speaker. We as the good would say that we also agree with our the sentiments shared by our colleagues. We as good, we have spoken or we have raised this concern of the writing off of debt. We see there's 700,000 and 200 diesel, and that has been written off. And we also take note of the 20-liter tank that has been standing there. So we feel like there are people who need to answer in that fleet service department. We see that there's petrol cards that are issued by the bank to the officials. Those are extra monies that we are talking about. It seems as if there is no proper management at the fleet department. Hence, we request or we want answers as to what is actually going on, because it seems like we're experiencing a lot of loss from that department. We hear about the cars that stand at Tata for quite a long time. So we request that there be a thorough and full investigation to be done in that department. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next to speak in the item is the PA.
Ja, môre speaker, ja, die PA dra kennis van wat die vorige sprekers genoem het en vra ook dat daar wel 'n intensiewe ondersoek in die vlootse sake gedoen word, want dit wil vir my voorkom asof daar taamlik 'n paar ongerimdhede is. Baie dankie, speaker.
Thank you, Speaker. As the PA, we take note of what our colleagues have already said. So we do allude that there need to be an intensive investigation in that fleet department, because it seems like there is a lot that needs to be investigated when it comes to that department. Thank you.
Thank you. The next to speak on the item is the EFF. You have 2 minutes. Still not available. Okay. Can we move on to the last speaker on the item? Sorry.
Good morning. We are in problems with my mic here.
No problem. Carry on.
As the EFF, we know the report and we will await the outcome of the investigation. And we concur with our colleagues that everything needs to be above board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last to speak on the item is the coalition. You have 1 minute.
Speaker, am I audible? Speaker, am
Yes,
I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Speaker, firstly, thank you for the opportunity. Speaker, our colleagues in the coalition of corruption must go and look at nice now what they are doing there. Firstly, Speaker, our officials in finance, I want to thank you for being open and transparent. When you do stuff and you find something that does not look to good governance, you bring it to council. You don't begrawe hom onder die tafel soos my ouma sou gesê het. You are open, CFO and your team. You've brought it to council. Councillors, please read the recommendations within your agendas. I think the councillors was only thinking about the upper limits and forgetting to read the item, because recommendation F
Order.
Councillors, order. Councillors, order.
Jesus, que vera, vera cleanance.
Councillors, councillors, you will not shout at me. Don't shout at me, please. Councillor Faithen Darker, I'm going to give you a warning if you continue talking. Your attitude does not. Councillors, please behave yourselves. I'm going to ask that Councillor Kleinhans please stick to the item and without and retract the mention of the other councillors, please.
Speaker,
Councillor,
I therefore second the
Councillor,
proposal.
sorry, Councillor, you need to start over. Your microphone was muted. I had to mute everybody because it became unorderly. Could you please retract your statement and continue with your statement, please?
Speaker, I did not make reference to any councillor, but if they feel sorry, if they feel hurt,
Councillor, just
retract.
retract it, please. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
retract and I second the proposal. Thank you, my speaker.
Thank you very much. The item therefore carries. No, it doesn't carry. We have a counter proposal. Sorry. I'm going to read out the counter proposal. If you just give me a second. For some reason, my computer is not picking up the chat. The counter proposal reads as follows. Speaker, the ANC, we are not happy about the report on item 4.3. As much as it is stated down, it does not give a clear indication of the stock taking process steps. It only tells us that staff members were guided to store personnel on how to count the items. Now that also raises concerns on the process. It was correctly conducted. If it was correctly conducted, also the shortfalls amount thereof recommended. The counter proposal therefore reads, and I'm going to just recommend it to be written off, which are not clearly explained. We forward counter proposal that this item go back to council for more information, especially on recommendations. Thank you. So therefore, the recommendation, counter recommendation, is to send the item back. We are going to vote either for the counter proposal or against the counter proposal. I'm going to reiterate it. The counter proposal states that they want the item to be withdrawn and brought back to council off with all the information. We are voting for or against that. Rosemary, would you please go through the attendance register and count the votes?
I'll start with Councillor Adams.
Against, Speaker, against.
Councillor America.
Against, Rosemary.
Councillor Barnard. Councillor Brown.
Against the proposal.
Councillor Busak.
It's 4 to send it back.
Councillor Carolus.
4.
Councillor Clark.
Against.
Councillor Kuris.
4.
Councillor Cronier.
Against.
Councillor Dutoit.
Against.
Councillor Esau.
4.
Councillor Edie Vigeland.
4.
Councillor R.G. Vigeland.
Against.
Councillor Fry.
Against, Speaker.
Councillor Gom.
What the proposal?
Councillor Gericke.
4.
Councillor Greef.
For ROC.
Councillor D. Goldtick.
Against.
Councillor M. Goldtick.
Against.
Councillor Hani.
4.
Councillor Jantjies.
Against, Comrade Esau.
Councillor Jay.
Against.
Councillor Johnson.
Against.
Councillor Kleinans.
Against.
Alderman Kritzinger.
Against, Mr. Bredenkamp, thank you.
Councillor Kruger.
Against, thank you very much.
Councillor Kidd.
For. Thank you.
Councillor Lamini.
4.
Councillor Lento.
4.
Councillor Losey.
Against.
Councillor Lau.
For.
Councillor Mngele.
4. My GK.
Councillor Masase,
Against.
Councillor Mbete,
Against Maros.
Councillor E.T. Mdaka,
For the proposal.
Councillor F. Mdaka,
For.
Councillor Mrukuli,
For.
Councillor Niaus,
For.
Councillor Ndondini,
For. For.
Councillor
We have-
Katana,
Against.
Councillor Kampi, Councillor Roosa,
Against.
Councillor Cyphers,
Against.
Councillor Summers,
Against.
Councillor Smart is on leave, Councillor Snyman,
Against.
Councillor Stander, Councillor Toto,
I'm for.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor. You are audible.
Councillor Van Niekerk, Alderman Van Niekerk, sorry,
For.
Alderman von Brandes,
Against.
Councillor R. Foster,
For.
Councillor S. Foster,
For the
Councillor-
proposal, thank you.
Councillor Windwai.
Against, Rosemary.
Thank you, Speaker. You must just give me a minute, please.
I will do so. Councillors, while we're waiting for the outcome of the voting, I see that the MMC for Finance, Councillor Murray Kruger, has his hand up. As per the rules, he is allowed to give an explanation, and I would presume that is what it is for. Councillor Murray, while we wait for the results, could you please give your explanation?
Yeah, thanks so much, Speaker. I just want to put some clarity on it. That I did state before I gave my recommendations that the various surpluses and deficits are all minor and well within tolerable margins for the size of George Municipality. Now, this is just a report that the Auditor General needed. I think we are a bit over it, and the DA also did recommend that the shortfall on fuel, which you'll see in Table 4, to be investigated and that the report to be submitted to the Finance Committee. And if you go to Table 4, that is in our agenda, that you'll see that there's 8,000 litres at 21 Rand per litre is a shortfall, which is the big amount that we're talking of. I'm just trying to get some clarity to my council colleagues, but we've already voted, so it's not the end of the world. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Rosemary. And I just want to make sure that you did count in the chat box that the
Speaker, can I just go through the numbers?
you may.
In favour of the proposal I've counted 23, and then not in favour, I've counted 28.
Thank you very much. just to confirm, for the counter proposal 23 and against the counter proposal 28. Therefore, the counter proposal does not carry and the original proposal therefore carries. The item therefore continues, and we'll move on to the tabling of the adjustment budget 24-25. I'm now going to allow the executive mayor to table the motion of the adjustment budget. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker. According to the MFMA, the mayor must table any adjustments to the budget. We all know that grants are given to municipalities who follow legislation and have clean audits. And with that, I am pleased to share that George Municipality has received 6.5 million from the Integrated Urban Development Grant, and the necessary adjustments were made. More information on this is in the Government Gazette of 12 September on page 30. The funds were allocated to civil engineering and community services departments according to the guidelines. The water distribution department and sport maintenance will each benefit from this adjustment and grant received. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. The first person to speak on this is the coalition. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah, good morning, Speaker. Thank you so much. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be working at George Municipality. And like our mayor rightfully said, that clean audits do help when it comes to the allocation of grants. We welcome the 6.5 million that we've received. And as you know, the civil engineering department and also the community service department will greatly benefit from this, especially the Rosemont Sports Ground, and we all know the Tartan track. So I thus so propose. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next to speak on this item is the ANC. You have 2 minutes.
When demoted, the item le ifike emva kwensimbi yesithandathu ngolesihlanu kuba nina niyazi ukuthi sonke sibhizi. Sine-by election that we need to win in what 2010. Asinalo ixesha lobehlelezi laptop in the weekend. We are watching the DA not to steal our comrades and our voters there.
Councillor, please stick,
So I
please
would
stick to the
suggest that
item. Councillor.
I-counter proposal ethi le adjustment budget 2024 to 2025 mayibuyele back as an item kwenye council meeting elandelayo. Ndifuna nje uthetha loo nto leyo. Ndifuna ubane ndinqinisisa ukuthi this special council meeting supposed only to have upper limits, the item of the upper limits only, not other items. And we are not here to say ubana si njengoba begqiba ukutsho ukansila lo bethetha ungathi ngukansila Kruger uba senzele audit general. We are not here for that here. We are serving communities. We are not here for compliance. If you send your items for compliance, it's against us as opposition. We are here to serve the communities outside. We are here to speak for our people that cannot speak. That's why we are here. So to speak on the adjustment budgets that I didn't even check, as that councillor said, we're here for upper limits. It's wrong. We need time for the items so that we can go through the items. I'm sending my proposal now. My chat box is not working.
Thank you.
I'm going to
Thank
send
you,
it,
Councillor.
Speaker. Is my time finished?
Thank you. Yes, your time is
Why
finished.
don't
Thank
I see here in my computer? Thank
Councillor,
you.
please. Really? Thank you. Could we have a translation, please?
Thank you, Speaker. This item was received late after 6 on Friday evening. So knowing that we are busy because we have by-elections that we have to win in Ward 20, now we don't have time to sit in front of our laptops during weekends because we are working. So we are going to come with a counter proposal that says let this item be referred back and it be be put in the next council meeting, because as for this special council, it was to discuss the upper limits of council, but not only for not to put in these items as well, because we are here to serve the community. We are not here for compliance, as the previous speaker has alluded. So we are going to put in the counter proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next person to speak on this item is the PBI. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, ons as die PBI steun die item. I'll sit and busy with my proposal. I don't have a chat box.
Councillor, did I recognize you? I said I'll wait for it in the chat box until you're recognized. Councillor, please. Don't interrupt me. There's somebody on the floor. Nobody spoke to you. Councillor, I'm going to give you a warning. That's your first warning. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Can PBI please continue? Could you please continue with
Thank you, Speaker. Die tyd, Speaker. Klok.
Can we start again, please? PBI?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, ons as die PBI steun die item, want dit was te laat gestuur, Vrydag aan, baie laat. Is dit die business of the day? Die PBI ondersoek dat daar 'n ondersoek geloods word op hierdie 2 afdelings van die siviel en die community. Daar is mos direkteur wat se KPI gemeet moet word volgens die spandering van die kapitale budget van die boekjaar van 2024 tot 2025, want daar is alreeds plus minus 11 tot 13% spandeer van die kapitale begroting van 2024 tot 2025. Dankie, Speaker.
Thank you, Speaker. As a PBA, we are against this PBI. We are against this item. As it was received too late on Friday evening, the PBI requests that a thorough investigation be done with regards to this department, civil and community. Yes, because there are directors in those departments which their KPIs need to be measured, because we see that they've already spent from the 2024-2025 budget, which is about 11 plus minus percent that has already been spent. So we request that there be a thorough investigation in these departments. Thank you.
Thank you. The next to speak on the item is the Freedom Front Plus. You have 2 minutes.
Dankie Speaker, ek wil aansluit by my ander kollegas ten opsigte van die laat betekening van hierdie aanpassingsbegroting wat ons eers Vrydag aand ontvang het. Speaker, is 'n naweek. Jy kan nie jou mense by mekaar kry, jy kan nie caucus nie. Dit is werklik ongehoord. Aanpassingbegroting is niks vreemd nie. Dit is gewoonlik een van 2, of daar moet aanpassings gedoen word of daar was swak begroot. Maar 'n aanpassingsbegroting van hierdie aard hoort nie op 'n spesiale vergadering op so kort kennisgewing nie. Dit hoort by 'n normale raadsvergadering waar ons genoegsaam tyd het voor te berei en op gesag met die op hierdie items te kan debatteer. So ons teken ons sterkste beswaar aan daarin en ons verneem graag of hierdie laatbetekening binne die orde reëls val. En of nie. Ek kan nie kommentaar lewer op die dokument nie, want daar was nie die geleentheid om dit in diepte te bestudeer nie. Baie dankie.
We'll give you the translation.
Thank you.
and,
Sorry, thank you, Speaker. Yes, we will allude with other colleagues that have already stated that this item was received late on Friday evening, and we were unable now to gather our people or even caucus because of the time that it was already sent to us. Now, adjustment budget, it is not something strange that we are not aware of. Adjustment budget needs to be discussed whether so that you can know that it was done within or it was weekly budgeted. It does not need to serve under a special meeting that serve under short notice. It can serve under normal council meeting whereby we will have thorough time to check everything that is and see is that it was within the correct time. So we want to know if it was serving under the correct time that has been sent. Otherwise, we cannot deliver our comments when it comes to this item.
Thank you very much. Just for the record, Alderman van der Kerk, item 7.5 of the Rules of Order does clearly state that the fact that any member has not received notice of a meeting in accordance to these rules will not affect the validity of the proceedings of the meetings. I therefore move on to the next speaker on the item. Then it's good. You have 2 minutes, please.
Speaker, we as Good have looked at the items for the adjustment budget. As much as we can see that an effort has been made to address certain challenges and issues at the municipality, we believe that it still needs a lot to address the needs of the poorest of the poor. We are of the view that the adjustment budget lacks in areas where the needs of the people could be addressed in a significant way. We support the counter proposal that the item be referred back in order to do a thorough assessment and to best serve our communities. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next to speak on this item is the PA. You have 2 minutes.
Môre Speaker, ja, die PA dra kennis van die aanpassingsbegroting, maar ons staan dit ook teen en ons vra dat dit verwys word na die council meeting toe later die maand. Baie dankie.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. The PA take note of the adjustment budget that is in front of us. However, we are against it. We ask that it be referred back and serve in the following council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. The next to speak on the item is the EFF. You have 2 minutes. Okay, there's nobody speaking on that. The EFF hasn't spoken, so I'm going to move on to the last person on the item, and that is the coalition. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to highlight firstly that this is a correction on the incentive component that was wrongly gazetted by DORA. Then I hear the ANC is talking about winning elections, but they fail to tell the community that this incentives is stormwater in the Rosemore area. It's upgrades of Tembalé to stormwater. It's Cornwall water phases upgrade. It's the Parkdean water upgrades. And it's also money spending on the Andersonville water upgrades. Then also the Tartan track. So I don't know how do they see that this is not the issue that we as a DA is attending to, which we serve the community. Mr. Speaker, I hear councillors are complaining about receiving an email at 6 p.m. on a Friday. I'm telling you, I can ascertain you
Yes,
that
we are on
the
YouTube.
Councillors.
You are starting again. You are starting as well. You are starting as
Not
well.
for the DA, this one.
As well.
No,
You
Councillor,
are
Speaker,
starting as
you
well.
need to retract.
This is a country.
No, it's not
Not
the
a
DA.
DA.
Mr. Speaker, can you
No.
correct me, please?
No. Oh, you need to work.
Councillors, that door was opened when everybody started talking about not looking after. The fact that the coalition is saying that it is being done, now all of a sudden you're complaining. He's basically stating the facts there, and as far as I'm concerned, that door was opened by the opposition parties naming the whole thing. I'm going to continue. Councillor, please get to the point. Let's get this item. There is a counter proposal, so please continue.
Thank
You
you,
may
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll second the proposal for the benefit of the.
Thank you very much, Councillor. I'm going to read out the counter proposal. The counter proposal requests that go back to, request for forward counter proposal to back it as an item because it came late yesterday. Item 4.4 adjustment budget, seconded by the ANC. We're going to vote once again. And the second on that is Rosa Lowe. You're either going to vote for the amended proposal or against the counter proposal. Rosa, would you go through this, please?
Councillor Adams,
Against the counter proposal?
Councillor America,
Against, Rosemary?
Councillor Barnard, Councillor Brown,
Against the counter proposal?
Councillor Busa,
The PBI is for the proposal.
Councillor Carolus,
For.
Councillor Clark,
Against, Rosemary?
Councillor Kuris,
For.
Councillor Cronier,
Against.
Councillor Dutoit,
Against.
Councillor Esau,
Ten gunste.
Councillor Edith Vergeland,
For.
Councillor R.G. Vergeland,
Against.
Councillor Fry,
Against.
Councillor Gom,
For the proposal.
Councillor Herika,
We're for the proposal.
Councillor Greef,
For, Rosemary?
Councillor Gultik, D. Gultik,
For.
Councillor M. Gultik,
Sorry. Against.
Against, Rosemary?
Councillor Hani,
Oh, for. I'm going
Councillor Jantjies,
Against. In favor of development.
Councillor J,
Against, Rosemary?
Councillor Johnson, Councillor Kleinans,
Against the counter proposal?
Alderman Kritzinger,
Against, Rosemary?
Councillor Kruger,
Against, thank you.
Councillor Kidd,
For.
Councillor Lamini,
For.
Councillor Lenshaw,
For.
Councillor Losey,
Against.
Councillor Lowe,
For.
Councillor Mankwele,
For.
Councillor Masasi,
Against.
Councillor Mbete.
Against Meadows.
Councillor E.T. Medaka.
Mdaka 4.
Councillor F. Medaka.
I'm FN, not F. I'm 4.
Councillor Mrikuli.
For the proposal.
Councillor Neetling is on leave. Councillor Niehaus.
Yes, 4.
Councillor Ntondini.
Oh.
Councillor Katana.
Against?
Councillor Kampi. Councillor Roose.
Against.
Councillor Cyphers.
Councillor Cyphers against.
Councillor Summers.
Against.
Smart is on leave. Councillor Snyman.
I'm against, please.
Councillor Stander. Councillor Toto.
I am voting like Goldie 4.
Alderman Van die Kerk.
Four.
Alderman von Brandes.
Against?
Councillor R. Foster.
4.
Councillor S. Foster.
I am 4.
Councillor Windwaai.
Rosemary. Against Rosemary.
Thank you, Speaker. Just give me a minute.
I will give you a minute, thank you.
Speak.
Councillor Gultig, while we're waiting. Councillor Gultig, could you put your hand down, please?
May I proceed, Speaker?
You may, Rosemary.
I've counted 23 in favour of the proposal and 28 not in favour. Thank you.
It's supposed to be 24.
We're 24.
That is 24.
Councillors.
Someone did vote.
Councillors,
24.
please. I will make a ruling, and the ruling is as such. There was one spoilt vote. Unfortunately, you cannot change your vote after you voted, and it's going to be 23, 27, and 1 spoilt.
Speaker.
Yes.
Order.
Yes.
As
Chief Whip.
Rosemary, sorry, Rosemary's numbers is correct. I also count 23 for not in favor in favor and 26 against.
26.
28 against.
Councillor Chief Whip, I understand where you're coming
Chief
from.
Whip.
Sorry,
Oh.
councillors, can you please, councillors, Councillor Mdaka, would you like to join it with a warning? Your brother, the warning group. Councillor J.E., I'm going to correct you. If this was written ballot, it would have been a spoiled ballot. We have, and the numbers are 27 and 23. The counter proposal does not carry, and therefore the original proposal carries. So therefore we're going to continue. That item therefore carries as presented. That brings us to the end of today's council meeting. Chief Whip, your hand is up again. As the Chief Whip, I'm allowing you to say something.
No, it's fine, Speaker. You can move on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, councillors. I thank you for your time. I know you're all busy. I just want to remind you, and I'm going to explain it to you this way. There will not be a council meeting. Just 1 second, my legal advisor's speaker's on. There will not be another council meeting this month in lieu of the fact that we have a new MM and that there's an account, the elections, the by-election is taking place on Wednesday, and there were no Section 80 committee meetings this month. I have made the decision that the next meeting will be in November. Councillor Mdaka, if it's got anything to do with the meeting, Councillor Faith Mdaka, the meeting is
Sorry,
closed.
Speaker.
Done, Speaker.
Speaker,
Yes.
can you perhaps give us an opportunity to welcome the new MM?
You may do so, yes. I'm allowing each party one, but it's got to be welcoming the MM. I don't want any speeches. We are online, so I'll start with the ANC. You can continue.
Yamgelo MM Chief. Thank you. Let me take the opportunity. Mr. Low, on behalf of the ANC, we want to welcome you. It's not a new terrain for you. It's one of the terrains that you have once navigated in your professional capacity. We hope that under your leadership that is going to be a new norm to the ruling coalition, and everything else that is shenanigan related, it's not going to take place under your leadership. We trust that you want to keep your good name. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Any PBI? Keep it short.
Meneer Godfrey Low, PBI-organisatie verwelkom u. Ons vra vir deursigtigheid en soos die ANC nou gesê het, behou u goeie naam en dien ons munisipaliteit. Baie dankie.
Freedom Front Plus.
En namens die Vryheidsfront Plus wil ek ook vir Godfrey Low baie gelukwens met sy aanstelling. Ek was bevoorreg om 'n hele termyn saam met hom te gewerk het by die distrikmunisipaliteit en het redelik goeie diens gelewer daar. So baie welkom by ons en ek glo jy gaan die regte ding doen. Dankie.
Thank you. Good party. I'm not going to translate a welcoming. Thank you. Good party. Do you want to say something, or are you okay? Yeah.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Low, MM. Would like to welcome you as the PA to the George municipality. May we work nicely together. And yeah, thank you very much. Deep well.
Okay, then the EFF. Councillor, sorry, your signal is terrible. I'm going to have to stop you there. We can hear nothing, but we accept your acknowledgement of the MM. Thank you very much. Good. Can you continue with your 1 minute quickly?
We as Good would like to welcome our new MM, and we hope that we will have a good working relations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, councillors and public. Executive Mayor.
Quality speaker, that's a belated birthday to Vince.
Gaan aan. Dankie baie. That it means a lot to me for that. But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, councillors.
We are winning, voters.
Happy
Councillors,
birthday,
thank you.
Speaker.
Thank you.
Belated birthday, Speaker.
Happy birthday, Speaker.
Yeah, we
Happy
need
birthday.
We are winning.